This is interesting to me because, you guys are selling a product that the people you're recruiting would use in their day to day. How does that factor into your hiring process? Like, are you getting a lot of people that just know of Salesloft and want to work for you guys because they're familiar with the tool?
Yeah, I think, of course, on the go-to-market side. Um, of course, on the go-to-market side, we see it's interesting. It's like this cross between, we've been really fortunate as a talent team that our company marketing also applies to these ideal talent pools that we're looking for in revenue. And so there's a lot of positives. Yes, we get a lot of people that either I've used it, I've used a competitor, my best friends used it, my company thought they were going to purchase it but didn't, or my last company did. So we do get a lot of people familiar with our platform, which is obviously extremely helpful when it comes to like onboarding a new employee. But we do also see folks that aren't as familiar, right, in some of those like support functions or on the product tech side. But I think, to your point on, we're hiring, you know, salespeople to sell a sales platform to other sellers, right? Like, specifically, if we're just talking the go-to-market side, and even more specifically account executives, it definitely impacts sort of like our ideal profile versus maybe what an ideal profile would look like at another company, because you've got to be really passionate about sales, um, because that's all you're going to be talking about all day, right? And you have to really be a student of sales as well. And even when we start to look at those like product engineering, they're going to be interacting with sales, both internally a lot as they develop the product, but also externally as they're talking to customers. So there is this element of everyone's got to be rallied behind the mission of our company. And so it does make recruiting fun, especially if you're someone who likes the go-to-market side of the business, which I do, because I think recruiting very much sits very similar to sales. So
Yeah, and I have to imagine that you guys have like the candidates that are advancing through your pipeline and that, the people that you end up hiring, they are extremely bought in to the mission of the organization because again, they're on the go-to-market side specifically, like they have to sell the product that they're going to be using. So like they have to be all in on multiple levels because the company they're joining is going to impact their day-to-day workflow and the stuff they're doing and the tools they're using. They also have to sell that to customers. So I imagine you have like really, high buy-in from those candidates and the people that you get to the end of the process are like super pumped about coming to Salesloft.